What's up, people? Peri here with another Ask Peri, and today's question comes from Iveta T, and they ask, well, they have a problem with building roofs, and apparently they have a really big problem with building roofs, so I thought I would go ahead and give a little bit of a tutorial on how to build a nice, simple roof. And there's not really much to it, but there are some things that you kind of have to follow along with in order to make a nice basic roof. The first thing is that we have a house right here, and it's going to need a roof, as you can see. Lots of empty spaces, lots of places for us to add in our roof design. Now, there are so many different ways that you can go with this, and really, a good roof makes or breaks a house. I mean, the way it looks right now, it looks okay, but when you start putting on a roof, it's that final detail element that really makes a house kind of stand out from other houses. So, what type of roof would you want to put on a house? It's really up to you. There are various different types of roofs that you can put on. You can see right here, there are various different pitches. We have your regular size pitch, somewhat of a shallower type, a steep one, and then you can have varying angles of roofs. Maybe even put in a roof with an angle like so, and then a gap in the middle, which kind of leaves itself to have some light come in through this empty area here. And then if you want to go ahead and go a little bit more complex, you can go with something like this, which is a Baroque type roof. My personal favorite, actually, because I like French Baroque architecture. You can see in the background there, I have some buildings that are designed with a roof of the Baroque variety. And then you can have roofs within roofs. I'm not too sure what type of design this is, but I've seen it before and it looks quite nice. But your imagination is really the only limit to the type of roof that you can put on this house. So why don't we go ahead and make a roof? The first thing that we want to do is to determine the type of roof that we want to put on this house. And judging from the various amounts of design here, we can go with something real simple. Like I said, we're going to do something real basic. I'm determining that this roof right here might be the best for us. This blue thing we'll talk about in just a little bit. The next thing that we're going to want to do is to break up the house into manageable rectangles. So you can see right here, there's an L shape. We want to break that up into, again, manageable rectangles. So by using this yellow wool going across like so, we can divide it up into those rectangles. You can see there's one small one here and a larger one over here. Now on the first floor, there is a rectangle all ready to go for us, so we won't worry about that. The next thing that we're going to want to do is to determine where the spine of our roof is going to go, and that's what this is right here. And the reason why we want to determine where the spine is because it determines where we can see the pitches of the roof. And it is really important to do that ahead of time, just so that you can kind of map out what you want to do. For our purposes, I was looking at the front facade of this house. I thought to myself, it'd be really cool to see a pitched element right here. So in order to do that, we'll have the spine going like so, kind of following the same pathway that it is over there. And for this side of the roof, we could go down the middle again like that, but it would create a pretty big arch or a pretty big pitch for the roof. So in order to make it a manageable size, we'll go across like so. And that way we won't have so far to go to make our pitches up to the middle. And over here, I thought it'd be a good idea to make it go across like so, mainly because of the fact that if I had made it the other way, there would be a pitch coming up this way and then coming down towards the house itself, and I don't think that looks that great. So the next thing that we're going to want to do is to assemble our roof. What I've gone and done here is I've extended these guides up like so, and that's just to determine where the middle of our pitches are going to be. And now we can go ahead and start building our roof. Now you can see in this specific design that we use stairs going up like so, and it gives us a nice diagonal feel to the roof. There is other possibilities to use slabs and actual blocks themselves in the roof, but like I said, we're just going to stick with something nice and simple, and the stairs really give us a nice ability to show off an angled roof. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start off by building an overhang. Now the idea behind building an overhang is because of the fact that it's kind of breaking up the monotony of the lines of the house. You can see there's a line right here, and then once we get up to the roof, it's always a good idea to kind of break that up a little bit just to give a little bit of extra detail, and that's what we're going to try and do here. There's also going to be a bit of an overhang going this way. So the next thing that I want to do is to add in our roof element. So going up like so, right up to the middle, right there. And we reach the middle. This is a good place for us to add in some extra detail. We're going to keep it simple. We're just going to add in a stair like so, and then we're going to work our way down. There we go. And then we're just going to add on an extra block there to show our overhang. So that's a pretty decent roof, and we're going to continue it for the rest of our roofs here. Now that we're all done with that, you can see I've added in the spine of the roof here, also over here, and I have yet to do that over here, and I'll just do that right now. There you go. So you can see we're going to have some trouble connecting up the two roofs, but that won't be too much of an issue. The next thing that is on our list is to kind of connect all this together and then fill in the middle. And the best way that we can do that is by using these cobblestone slabs to go across like so. And I did make one mistake, which I will show you. That's not the mistake. But when I was making the pitch to the roof, I actually started one block lower, and it wasn't really working with the rest of the design, so I had to go ahead and raise them all up by one block. And that's something you should always know, is don't be afraid to change a design around. Don't get stuck in your ways. If something doesn't work, feel free to go ahead and work it out yourself to where you can find that there's a better solution for you. So that's what I had to go ahead and do. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going ahead and filling in the sides. It kind of gives a border to the roof itself. And, you know, it's another detail element that we're able to put in. And wherever we can sneak in detail that doesn't really affect our sight lines or the way the roof is going to behave, we want to go ahead and do that. And this is just a great way for us to kind of put an outline or a border around the roof. Now it's time to fill in our roof. Now, I was having a little bit of trouble trying to figure out what type of block I want to put in here. I was thinking about dark oak or nether brick stairs. The problem with that is that even though most roofs are somewhat of a darker type color or darker texture, the problem was that when I was putting in these stairs like so, you could see them pop it out right here. So I thought to myself the best way to avoid that was to make it the same color as the wood right here. So I went ahead and got myself some acacia wood stairs, and so we're going to fill it in like so. And the reason for that is that instead of making them go like this, kind of melding in with the edges of the roof, I thought it would be, again, a nice detailed element to kind of inset it a little bit. And again, it gives us a little bit more detail. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to continue this going across and fill in all of these parts of the roof. So we filled in our roof by using our acacia stairs. Looks quite nice, especially right here with our connected stairs feature in Minecraft. You can see that our two roofs have melded together quite nicely. And so there's some finishing touches that we need to do. One of them is to fill in this gap right here. And this gives us an opportunity to insert more detail, kind of like so. And then maybe some different elements here and there. So maybe some cobblestone stairs on the edges, kind of like that. And I think I would consider that done. You can see down here I've added in one last decorative element, and that is to put in a roof just to kind of tie everything together just over this entrance right here. So Iveta, I thank you for your question. I hope it answers it for you. And if you have a question that you would like answered in the next Ask Peri, be sure to leave it in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit that like button if you so choose. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So that's it for me. Always remember, keep your head up, and I will see you in the next one.